Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, ready! 10 logo.
Coming! I'm coming! I'm coming!
Tight go.
Check safety!
Spot. No.
Watch the ship! Hey, watch the ship!
Check. Lucky. Go.
They begin the drive on the ground with Starks. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Hey, wahoo!
Shut down!
Second and 15. Over the middle, complete. It's Webster. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 48 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Check 49. Any weapon.
93's the mic. I'm going to come back to you.
Hey, orbit. Ready?
They'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Tighten up. Watch twist.
22 jet bomber. Hey, Charlie. Hit it.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. To about the 20-yard line. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. First and 10 at the 19.
Check 93's the mic. Double dog. That's the way.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully, mentally into this one.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He'll buy some time right. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Come on, set. Let's run. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Tight as Ringo. Tight as old Ringo.
On first and 10, here's Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Stop. Let's go.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between second and 4 and second and 8 and 9.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Throwing again, Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
57, Mike, 57. Run. Sweat. 56, pull it, half. That's it. Go. I got motion.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
Mike, 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check. Crunch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the play?
On 1st down, starts, and he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
I'm coming after you. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Check, Mike. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. after the sack. It'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Bravo. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Slam. Check 3.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
The Seahawks send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
That's it, baby. We got work.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Check, 43.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Here's Murray. And he fires one incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bush. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
43.
Murray to air it out again. Going for a right side here, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And
he's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
no secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 44. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
57's the mic.
And an alley to run. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Cardinals push further out in front. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that come.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of it? Being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Zoo. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Stay with your man. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Watch the run. Rock it. Hit it.
2nd and 10. And his throw here is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, Delta. Woo-hoo. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. I don't even know why this team showed up. Now.
Back to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals 1st down as well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch the out. Watch 22, watch 22.
Murray now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Go on, go on.
Yeah, baby.
On 2nd down, starts. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Christian, hey, exit.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh.
Hey, Haywood.
They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 20, 10. A huge play there for Arizona. 57 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Check hot route. Hot. Wide. Get wide. Check 50.
Hey, Sam on.
Fresno. Rush in.
Get it.
Starts. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Hatchet.
General West. Hey, Echo.
93's the mic. Here we go.
Look at me. Door. Lead grip.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man here as Gary Jennings Jr. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
First down, Seattle.
Let's go. 50, plant.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Webster. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
I'm letting you know right now.
This one caught by Isabella. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Right after the turnover, they come. I'm out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. First down, Murray. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long.
Hayward. 57's the mic. 57. Tackles. 57's the mic. 57. Put up.
Now Murray throwing on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go.
On second and 7, Murray. Flushed out right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a second and 14.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Kill.
They run again with Starks. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
80 weapons. Hey. High 7.
Check 3.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
3 and out. 4th down.
The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right at the 35. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Murray now on 1st down. It's Bush. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Murray going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
15 line. Blue draw Corkers. Hey, orbit.
SOS.
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Webster. And down inside the 15 he goes. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
13 yards. And the Seahawks 1st down.
X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, Charlie.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Yeah. The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Throwing on first down is Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Throwing on first down, Murray. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing now is Murray. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. Murray now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Murray gets this one to Isabella. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jaron Reed, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Watch the
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
He don't want it.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check. Check. 93's the mic. 93's
You.
Get it.
They'll set up to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Squeeze, double.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, lock it. Look, squeeze. Be dribble.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20.
Ready?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
50, plant.
First down, Seahawks.
Go.
Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. I'm here all day.
Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one going to be complete to David Moore. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Hey. Check, 93's the mic.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Taken down at the 19
Hey, box truck.
A gain of 12. And
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
first down pass. Incomplete in the end zone. Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Smooth.
93's the mic. All day, baby. All day, baby.
Rock it. Hey, Delta.
Check 93.
Second and 10. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself,